I want to thank you all for being here today for our second annual President's Volunteer Service Award ceremony. I'm Nancy Patton. I'm the volunteer coordinator, or volunteer program administrator. I better get my title right. And it's an honor to welcome you all here today as we say thank you for your dedication and hard work to Sno-Isle Libraries. Before we start the program, I'd like to recognize a few folks that are here today. And I'll start with we have two Board of Trustees members with us today. Sue Cohen, raise your hand, Sue, and Jackie DeFaggio. You'll be hearing from Jackie a little bit later. Representing the district managers is Judy Saskus, and Judy's been kind of a greeter today, so you've probably had an opportunity to talk to her. And then we have our deputy director, and Kendra, you disappeared on me. You were here. I don't know where she disappeared. She was here. She was floating around a little bit later. Kendra Tracta, she is here. She's our deputy director. Our communications director is Ken Harvey. He is our official photographer. And our video person is Deborah Tahara. And Deborah will be doing the videotaping today. Next, I'd like our branch managers to stand. I know we have several branch managers here today. I want to do a special thank you to our branch managers because it's their support that makes this program so successful. So thank you for those of you that came today. And now a really big group I want to personally thank is our volunteer coordinators that are branch volunteer coordinators. If you'll all stand. We have several here today. Thank you. Thank you so much. And another group I want to thank are our guests. Those of you that came today to support your volunteer, we want to thank you. I know that volunteering is a family affair, and it's many of you that get to volunteer to the library. All of the volunteers here today are the ones that have really put in an extraordinary amount of hours for us. And because of that, we know that they're not home as much. And so we want to thank you for giving up that time that you could be spending with them and supporting them and being with them today. Last but never least, I want to present our library director, Jonathan Wolf-Ivory.
What a beautiful day, don't you think? Yeah. Wow, thank you for coming out and sharing yourselves and your family. And again, I want to welcome you to our second annual President's Volunteer Service Award presentation. The United States has a proud history of libraries and volunteer service. Our communities are home to hundreds of volunteers who every day step forward to support their community library. The spirit of volunteering is an important part of our culture and our way of life. We at Sno-Isle Libraries are proud to be a part of the President's Council on Service and Civic Participation to recognize the valuable contributions that volunteers are making throughout our library district. This is an incredible opportunity for me to stand in front of a room full of incredible people. Each of you have made a difference by volunteering your time, your energy, and your talent over the past year at Sno-Isle Libraries. You have supported your libraries by extending the reach of our staff. You have made us more effective in delivering the library's mission to be a doorway to reading, resources, and lifelong learning, and a center for people, ideas, and culture. You have helped us be successful in providing excellent, relevant library service. You are a part of the Sno-Isle team, and we think you're incredible. Last year was a high point in our volunteer program, with 780 volunteers giving 28,000 hours in support of their 21 community libraries, outreach services, and here at the Service Center. 28,000 hours. Each of you brought your best to make Sno-Isle Libraries the best. You stepped forward, you gave us a hand, and you showed your commitment by helping us share the load. And what's more, you came back the next day to do it all over again. You have been reliable, you have made a difference, and you are our unsung heroes. Thank you. So at this point, I would like to introduce again Jackie DeFazio. Jackie is the president of the Board of Trustees. Jackie.
Good morning, and happy last official day of National Library Week, in case you didn't know that. So, what a privilege it is for me to be here this morning on behalf of the Sno-Isle Libraries Board of Trustees to thank each of you for your volunteer service to Sno-Isle. Most people know that volunteering is working on behalf of others without being motivated by either material or financial gain. So, certainly all of you here know that. And in fact, one definition I found of volunteers was those dedicated people who believe in all work and no pay, which I thought was rather appropriate. Then you might imagine our surprise when in our most recent visit from the Washington State auditors, and I will pause here at this point to say that for the 26th straight year in a row we have a clean audit. So what I'm telling you has nothing to do with the results of that audit. They were all good. But the auditor who was here, or the representative from the auditor's office who was here, was somewhat surprised and took us to task because she said we didn't have a policy which clearly established that volunteers will be compensated for their work, quote, via events such as this. Okay, so this is your compensation. She pointed out that in 2011, the library district had spent $2,500 recognizing its 780 volunteers. That amounts to $3.21 per volunteer. So I don't think you're overpaid. We did, of course, comply with the state auditor's request, and we have developed a volunteer recognition policy. But we have very carefully avoided the word compensation in that policy because we know that there is no way that we can compensate you for all that you do for the library system. And so we're not even going there. But you are our valued volunteers, and you help make this library district the great district it is. You heard Jonathan cite the statistic, 28,080 hours, which is up 1,400 hours from the previous year, so that's a significant increase. And given the dollar, the Department of Labor publishes a dollar value of volunteer hours. The most recent was for 2010, and that value was $21.62 per hour, per volunteer hour, here in the state of Washington. That means that the dollar value of the time that you gave to Sno-Isle during 2011 comes to a whopping $607,090. So that's tremendous. That is an enormous contribution to the well-being of this library district, and one I think that each of you should be proud of individually and collectively. Susan J. Ellis is the president of Enterprise, which is a training, consulting, and publishing firm that specializes in volunteerism. She notes that Paul Revere was a silversmith by profession. But what do we remember him for? For his volunteer work, not for what he did as a profession. And she reminds us that all activism is volunteerism. It is doing something for a cause we care passionately about. And I thank you so much for caring passionately about Sno-Isle Libraries. Thank you.
So the next part is really the meat of the program. And so those of you who are being honored today are honored with the President's Volunteer Service Award. And you join the ranks of volunteers we have celebrated from previous years. This program is our way of joining with President Obama to thank and honor your demonstrated commitment and example, which inspires others to engage in volunteer service and to make that service a central part of your lives. Each of you has achieved your award measured by the number of hours you served as a volunteer in 2011. And so we have bronze, silver, and gold recipients. And now Nancy Patton's going to come forward and announce some names, and then we will help her pass out some things.
The criteria for this award is set at the national level. This is something that you have actually earned at the national level. The hours are set by the President's Council, and we follow that criteria. And so this really is quite an honor, and it's an honor for us to be able to give you your award. What I'm going to do is we're going to start with the bronze group, and instead of you trying to maneuver between the tables and get up here, what we thought would be simpler is when your name is called, if you'll just stand by your chair or raise your hand, we will have one of our volunteers that will bring out your certificate to you and your pin. At the bronze level in your packet, you will have a letter from Jonlyn. There's a letter from President Obama. There's a certificate from the President's Volunteer Council, and there is your pin that you have earned at this wonderful, wonderful level. So I'm going to start off, and the first name I'm going to call is Sharon Bilbrough. Sharon? Sharon is from Snohomish, and I have to say that this is the second year that Sharon has earned this award. Leisha Dixon. Leisha is with Lake Stevens Library. Leisha, thank you. Next name is Thomas Frederick. Thomas is with Oak Harbor, and it came down today. Thank you, Tom. Michael Gantala. Michael is right here. Mike is from Monroe, and this is the second year that Mike has earned the bronze. Gail Leho. Gail, I lost you. There you are. Gail is from Freeland. She came all the way from Freeland this morning. Caitlin LeBon. Caitlin right in front here. Caitlin is from Monroe. And right next to Caitlin is Amanda Martin. Amanda is from Marysville, and this is her second year as a winner. Jean Minsky. Over there. Jean is from Linwood. Daniel Reber. There's Daniel, right behind you. Yeah. Daniel is from Mount Lake Terrace. Shirley Roulard, right? Knew I'd do that one wrong. Shirley is from Oak Harbor. Dana Sugamura, Linwood. Dana's back in the corner. The next is Dwight Stevens, Mount Lake Terrace. This is Dwight's second year as a bronze. And also he is retiring this year, and so for 9 years he has been the ESL instructor at the Mount Lake Terrace Library. We're going to miss him. Linda Subi. Linda is over here. Linda is from the Service Center. She's been volunteering with, actually she's my volunteer. And this is her second year earning the bronze. Bonnie Tilkey from Stanwood. This is her second year as a bronze earning? Jigme, I'll do it, I'm going to try it. Satulsan. Jigme? I know, I ruined it, I'm sorry. Jigme, this is his second year also having the bronze. Rose Webb from Lake Stevens. Rose is over there. Dee Wilcox from Monroe. Dee, where did you disappear? There we are. And Dee is the second year winner also. And our last bronze is Nick Wooldridge. And Nick volunteered both at the Darrington Library and the Granite Falls Library to earn the bronze this year. So all of our bronze winners, thank you so much. The next level is the silver, and there are only 2 silver winners that are with us today, and I'm going to ask them to come to the front. So if Jessie will come to the front, Jessie Larson and Nicole Williams, if you'll both come to the front. Under each category, it's either the adult or the young adult level. And Jessie is from the Linwood Library. She earned hers in the adult level, which means that she volunteered over, and let me tell you, she volunteered way over 250 hours this last year. For the young adult level, which Nicole from the Monroe Library, she had to work over 175, volunteer over 175 hours, and you did way over that many hours too, Nicole. One thing I did want to mention with Nicole is she's just been recently hired as a page at the Monroe Library, so we thank you. And Jessie is a second-year silver winner. Our last category is gold. Riley. So Riley works his way up here. I feel kind of responsible because I think I hired him in here at the Service Center to start with as a volunteer. He was with us in 2008 and a little bit in 2009, and then he went over to the Marysville Library. And Riley is a second-year gold winner. Turn it back to you.
Gosh, I just have goosebumps. I don't know if you all do, but I just have goosebumps. Sharing powerful, true stories with others can move mountains. I have my own stories about what the library and books mean to me. And if we had more time, maybe over the weekend, I could share some of those stories with you. But today, I'd like to share something else with you. And Ken, could you set us up? Cool. Just like Zoe and Jenny, you have your own stories, and we would love for you to tell those stories to us, and we encourage you to share them with others. Stories become powerful when they're shared. We're collecting stories just like yours from our library customers, staff, and volunteers about how the library has enhanced your life. As a volunteer, your story is even more special. So would you be willing to take the time to send us your story and testimonial? And if you are, there is a web address if you want to type it in. And also we have a story line. So if you call that phone number, you can tell us your story on the phone and we will record it and turn it into magic. So thank you very much for coming out on such a bright and shiny day. It's been a wonderful opportunity for us to get to see the wide range of volunteers that we have throughout the library district. And we've got parents here, we've got at least one grandmother here, we've got brothers, we have a best friend, I heard, and we have some husbands and wives. And just thank you very much for giving yet once again to the library district.